Hello. Hi, Lauren. How are you?
Oh, hello. I'm so excited. Can't wait for you ladies.
Yeah, I think the city of LA needs this so badly. And then, of course, anybody who lives anywhere else, I'm sure needs this as well. As everybody knows, Mama Soul is based out of LA, and we really wanted to create a safe space for everybody who's going through it right now to just feel into their emotions and learn about breath work and hopefully allow it to be a tool to help you navigate through all the feelings that you're feeling, whether it's your everyday life or traumas or the grief or whatever it is that you're experiencing. And I want to introduce Lauren Little. She is a certified coach in HypnoBreathwork, and she has been doing it for many years. And I would love, Lauren, for you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. So, welcome, ladies. I always kind of like to start with congratulations for being here. I know it's a big step to one, make the time in our busy schedules, but two, to try something new. I know for me personally, hearing the word hypno breath work isn't very attractive. It's not like, yeah, put me in, coach. When I hear about hypnosis, breath work, any of those type of modalities, but I am very excited to be here and to guide everyone through a beautiful session today and to get to know hypno breath work a little bit more in general. Again, my name is Lauren Little. For anyone who does not know me personally, I am a hypno breathwork facilitator, but I always say, and I always really do believe we're so much more than a bio. I do have 9 certifications. I have from breathwork to EFT to hypnosis to time technique to life coaching, you name it. But I do believe we're all meant to live in our purpose. And I really do believe that living a life in flow and alignment through the power of breath is exactly what's going to get us there. So my journey goes back about 5 years now. Really deep, dark period of life. I am very transparent with my story. It doesn't come from some beautiful awakening. It comes from being diagnosed with bipolar 2, 2 suicide attempts, going through depression, anxiety, multiple psychiatrists, therapy, you name it. And I was determined once went the medication route to not be on meds my entire life. And I found breath work, and I am now 4 years free of meds.
Wow.
So I always like to emphasize, please consult with a doctor. I am not saying breath work is a replacement for medications, but it did work that way for myself. I went on a deep dive of breathing. I went on a deep dive of healing my inner child, diving deep into subconscious reprogramming, and really finding a safe place where I could come back to home, which is our center, where we can feel grounded, where we can feel at peace. And I think more importantly, where we can feel in control.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what we're going to do today. I took the leap of faith, 7 months pregnant with my first child. Um, and I decided to go all in on breath work. And my family and friends thought I was crazy. And here we are, almost 4 years later, six-figure business, all based off of the power of breath. So we're
Lauren,
here
I
and we're
love
doing
Lauren. That's an amazing
it.
story. Thank you for like being so vulnerable and sharing that with everybody. Um, that leads us to asking the question, can you tell us what is breath work for those who don't really know and how does it differ from just regular breathing or meditation?
Yeah, so I always think kind of the best way to describe it is meditation. Personally, I'm not very good at. Meditation is more quieting the mind. Hypno breath work and the type of breath work that I teach is very active, it's very intentional. So we're using and we're combining 3 different modalities in one place. We are starting with that breath work, and then we're going into hypnosis, their hypnotic cues, and then we're going into visioning. So the best way that I describe it is the breath work is almost the releasing, it's rejuvenating. It's not just about our breathing, it's not just about respiration. It's a very experimental process. So we're using specific techniques to release those suppressed emotions, to release that stagnant energy. We're actually altering our states of consciousness, the balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen in our body. And what that does, it enables the removed stress release. So anxiety, heaviness, tension. And what we start to do is as we release all of that stagnant energy, it creates space and it creates new levels for mental clarity, restored physical vitality, inspiration, motivation, creativity, all of it. So that's the breath work component. Hypnosis is hypnotic cues. So it's penetrating the subconscious mind. It's getting to the root, all of those old beliefs. Maybe it's behavioral patterns. Maybe it's old stories or old voices or old wounds that we're still carrying within us. We actually have the opportunity to rewire them. So taking that fear into excitement or taking that self-doubt into confidence. And then we go into the visioning. And I always say the visioning is kind of like your future blueprint, if you will. You're receiving downloads from your future self, but you're not just talking about that higher version of yourself anymore. You're actually stepping into her. So when we say embody your future self, we really want you to be able to feel, to see, and to visualize what that life could look like, and then step into it. Use your senses, feel it, smell it, taste it, and actually allow that vision to become your external reality.
Sounds amazing. I think I would love to
Yes.
do a little, maybe a little meditation right now. Can you tell us what are some simple breath work techniques that busy moms, busy women can do to reduce stress in their daily lives? Maybe you want to take us through one right now.
Yeah, we're definitely going to go through one today. I believe there's no time frame on HypnoBreathwork. A typical full length session is 22 to 25 minutes. So it is about a half an hour, give or take. But you can go into breath at any point. You can do 3 minutes, you can do 4 minutes. I always call them 4 minute bursts. Go into breath. I have playlists on end if anyone needs one. And really, just as long as you're using the breath pattern and as long as you're silencing that analytical brain, um, I don't really think there's anything that I have that I can give you except for start. Start somewhere. Whether if it's 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 10 minutes, as long as you're getting yourself in the consistent repetition of breathing,
Yeah.
your body's going to fall into place. Your breath is going to start to trust you more. Your body is going to want and need the breath. And now it's going to become a part of your routine. So I know everyone is
I
always,
think that's such good advice because that for so many is daunting to start something new like this.
yeah.
And I've I've done shamanic breath work. I think I mentioned this to you, Lauren, and it was very intense. And I want to learn more about what the type of breath work that you do, and explain a little bit about how it works.
Yeah, I mean, with hypnobreathwork, there's so many benefits from mental clarity to better sleep, heightened clarity, creativity. So there's both sides. The breathwork still is releasing very suppressed emotions, very heavy emotions, old wiring, old programming, old child wounds. But in that same session, we're using the hypnotic cues, like we said, to rewire and release. So it really is an entire journey. That's why I call it an experience because we're not just staying in that state of the heaviness. We feel the heaviness and we're getting to the root of the heaviness, but then we get to rewire it, then we get to release it.
Yeah.
So I would say, like, main top benefits of hypno breath work. One of the most beautiful parts is accessing flow state for sure. I use it more for flow state now more than ever. And what I mean by that is really releasing giant cascades of neuroplasticity. That's what it comes down to. Endorphin, serotonin. You're accessing a state where your intuition and your soul really does take center stage. We're releasing that ego. We have mental clarity. We have heightened creativity. You're very inspired. You're inspired, you're motivated, you're clear, and it gives you the opportunity to silence all of that outside noise and actually feel and work and execute and implement from a place of alignment with your soul versus ego.
Okay, I need that right now. Okay.
Over here, we got you.
Can you take us through a little breath work session right now, just like a short one, so that everyone can just take a deep breath and feel into what you're talking about?
Yeah. So are we going to go into a breathwork session today?
I
Or
think a mini one, just like show us a 2 minute, like 1 minute, just get us breathing for a minute so we can all just be in a good mindset.
okay. So we can go into a quick little like grounding.
Yeah.
So and I apologize for the communication there. So I did prepare an actual session for today for the community to have. So if we do want to do a session or I can send it to everyone.
Okay.
Hypno breathwork is not meant for just a minute of going into breath.
Yeah.
If you're looking to really just get back into your body and relax your nervous system, you can do breathing, just big, deep inhales, big, deep exhales, and that will still center you. Hypno breathwork is more of an experimental journey. So you want to go through the entire journey. There isn't really a way to say, hey, let's go into 2 minutes and give you what you need.
Yeah.
Going into 2 minutes will get you grounded. But the reason why I say that is the breath work is about 4 to 8 minutes. The hypnosis is about 4 to 6 minutes. The visualization is about 6 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
And then the meditation that brings you back down is about 4 minutes.
Okay, great.
So yeah, so to experience hypnobreath work itself, you do want to experience the whole session, which we can do today. And it does begin with a little bit of grounding if we do want to do that.
Yeah, I think we have lots of questions to ask. I
Yep.
essentially just wanted to let's do a quick just grounding, deep
Yeah.
take some deep breaths, and then we'll go into the rest of the session because I'm
Okay.
feeling like I need it, and I can imagine everybody who joined wants to just breathe for a minute.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. So let's do this. Do we want music played in the background with it, or do we just want to go through a quick little breathing exercise?
Yeah, let's just go through a quick little breathing exercise.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's just have everyone close our eyes. Let's just get settled in your space. Just take a big, deep inhale in and just release when your body feels ready. Big, deep inhale. And just big release. Let it fall out. Allow your body to guide you. Starting to notice the sensations in your body. Anything that you see. Anything that you hear. Anything that you feel. Just focusing on your breath. Big inhale and release. Starting to feel into your hands and your legs. Noticing any sensations, any heaviness. Just take a big, deep breath in. Just breathe it out. Let it go. One last big, deep breath in. Exhale and release. Just bringing your attention back to the present. Acknowledging any thoughts, any feelings without judgment. Just slowly opening your eyes as you feel ready.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay. I wanted to just take that minute just so everybody could really feel into this, what we're doing here.
yeah,
Um, and we really just want to give, like I said, a safe space for everybody to just take a deep breath and then, but also can't wait to dig in more and learn more about breath work.
yeah.
So you said for time, it's about 22 to 25 minutes, but somebody could just start like what we just did. I mean, just start breathing and take a minute to yourself and just breathe. And I love that. Um, are there I would say, are there specific techniques that are particularly effective for calming the nervous system quickly?
So, there's multiple techniques. So, I mean, we could talk about that all day. I mean, techniques for calming the nervous system, you can go into EFT, you can go into meditation, you can go into a quick grounding. Hypnobreathwork again is an entire experience. So it really depends on what you want to explore today.
Yeah.
Calming the nervous system, there's many ways to do that. It's not just related to breath. I mean, as you know, you can get fresh air, you can get sunlight, you can move your body, somatic moving. For some people, it may be reading, it may be disconnecting,
Yeah.
it may be working out. There are so many different ways to do that.
Mm.
I stick to the power of breath because I do like the ability to be able to find the clarity that I need to move forward.
Yeah.
For me personally, it's one thing to get grounded, but then where do I go with that? Then what do? I feel back into my space and I do feel at peace. but I'm a very creative person. So I like to use that creativity and I like to create. So implementing different tactics in my business, implementing a schedule with my children, creating kind of a to-do list for the week, being able to organize what my household looks like. So you can use breath personally and professionally. It's not for either or. You're able to do it in both worlds.
Yeah. Is there a specific, I guess, breathing technique? Like if somebody is experiencing, like having like a little mini panic attack, for example, and they're just like freaking out, what would be the first thing you would tell them to do and to calm themselves with breath?
Yeah, so I think that's a whole different world. To be completely honest, I don't think that would be a hypno breathwork session. I don't think you would use hypno breathwork in that moment. That sounds more of like a panic attack or an anxiety
Yeah.
attack. Not being able to take control is simply going back to kind of a different technique. It would be noticing, that you're safe, noticing 5 things you can list off, 4 things that you see, 3 things that you smell. Going more into a state of control.
Yeah.
So with that, I would just say deep breaths.
Yeah.
It would be literally to get back into control in your body and be able to say, hey, I am safe. The reality of the now is I am here and I am safe. And
Yeah.
that would just be big, deep inhales and big, deep exhales.
Mhm.
Someone experience a panic attack or an anxiety attack, you would not want them to go into a whole breath work session. It would actually heighten their emotions versus
Oh,
calm them down.
that's interesting.
So we would just be able to have them breathe at their normal breathing cadence and slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, it sounds like we really have to learn about the hypno breath work and make it part of your routine. And then when you do have an episode or you are freaking out, you'll know you'll have the tools to figure
Yeah.
to calm
Yeah.
the nervous
And I
system.
think the beautiful part is we all have access to our breath. Every single one of us has a tool in our back pocket.
Right.
So it really doesn't matter where you are. I mean, I've done breath work in the middle of the airport. I do breath work on vacation. I do breath work on my floor. I do breath work. It doesn't matter where you do it. You have access to it.
Yeah.
And it's not something that you need your computer for, you need your phone for, you need a session. If needed, you simply close your eyes and you breathe. So
Yeah.
that's the beautiful part about it that sometimes we forget is the accessibility is always there for you and it's not limited to one type of person.
Yeah. How does breath work influence your hormonal health and your overall energy levels?
Yeah. I actually love this question because as women, this is very real.
Yeah.
The stress hormone has a connection. So that's the biggest thing. Chronic stress significantly impacts our hormonal balance. So it increases the production of cortisol, which is the stress hormone, and that starts to really disrupt the balance of hormones. So estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, thyroid hormones. So
Yeah.
when we use stress breath work, you want to think of it as a stress buffer. So those techniques, when we're deep breathing, whether it's diaphragmatic breathing, whether we're doing alternative nostril, whether we're doing a 3-part breath, we're actually activating the parasympathetic nervous system, and that counteracts that fight or flight response. So the response that's triggered by stress, we start to reduce those cortisol levels, and we start to promote healthy relationship with calming mechanisms, neurotransmitters. I think the biggest one is called GABA, if I'm remembering correctly.
Mhm.
And what that does is that starts to actually calm that fight or flight mode. And then that leads to reducing those cortisol levels. So hormone regulation is huge in breath work. Reducing your stress is going to reduce the hormone
Yeah.
activation, and also it indirectly supports the balance of production within our body for hormones as well. So I always say if you're feeling a lot of tightness and you're feeling a lot of heaviness, yes, it's hormones, but it could also simply be stagnant energy. It
Yeah.
could also simply be you're holding on to your breath. It could simply be old wounds and old stories that are now being created into physical reactions.
Yeah.
So our mind is so powerful, so powerful. And a lot of times the symptoms that we are feeling and experience do come from a mental state first.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of people, like I said, that don't really understand breath work and they don't even know where to start. Like, what would you say are some common misconceptions about breath work?
I would say the biggest one is that it's not safe.
Oh, really?
We talked about your experience and you're like, it was so intense.
Yeah.
There are intense types of breath work, but with HypnoBreathwork, it's very active. It's very intentional.
Yeah.
We're firing new neural pathways in our brain, and basically what we're doing is just activating different regions of our brain that we don't typically use.
Yeah.
And when we're turning off what we call our prefrontal cortex, it gives us the ability to turn off all of that mental chatter, all of that outside noise, all of the voices that are not actually ours to carry.
Yeah.
And it gives us the place to actually hear our own thoughts, to actually connect to what our soul's desires are, not the desires of our outside and exterior worlds. So, um, yeah, I would say the biggest thing with breath work and any type of breath work is simply getting started
Yeah.
because the misconceptions can kind of take you in this habitual loop and you're going to start saying like, oh, well, what if this happened? What if that happens? But what if it's a profound experience? What if you have the most inspired state that you've experienced in a long time? What if you found exactly the clarity that you needed? What if you heal an old wound that you didn't even know needed to be addressed? So biggest misconceptions is the safety.
Yeah.
There are a few things that do happen in breath. We call it tetany or lobster claws. Your hands can tense up and it's
Yeah. I experienced that. Hmm.
yeah, and it's two things. One, it's your fight or flight mode trying to protect you. So it really is, no, girl, I've got you. We're not going to feel anything today. Let's tense up so you can't continue with this experience. And then two, it's also your energy moving through your body at a cellular level. So your energy is trying to circulate, your energy is trying to release, but it's foreign to your body. It's something that your body has never experienced before, so it's trying to protect you.
And Lauren, I know you said you prepared a breath work for us today. I want to, how long is that session? Because I want to make sure we make time for that.
It's 19 minutes.
19 minutes. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I'm going to just ask you a couple more
Yeah,
questions
keep going.
and then I
Yeah.
want to start that because I know everybody is going to love what you have prepared. Okay. So what is the best way to start? I know you said just to get started, but what is the best way to integrate breath work into a busy schedule? Like I'm so busy. I don't have time necessarily first thing in the morning to start it. Like how would you tell a client like to get like what do you do? How do you start?
Yeah, so life changes. I mean, life is never going to be perfect. These people on the internet who have these perfect curated schedules every day and stick to it, more power to you. That is not how my life is set up.
Yeah.
So prior to kids, I was the crazy woman. If anyone else on here did the two under two, I did it. And prior to having kids, I would actually breathe in bed. I'd wake up. I wouldn't get out of bed until I did breath. So I would
Okay.
open my eyes, I'd get my session ready, I would breathe, and then I would start my day. So I started in that state. That does not happen anymore. I open my eyes, there's a baby wanting me, and there's a child
Yeah.
already in my bed. So, we open our eyes and life is already happening. So what I've done is I've had to switch my schedule a little bit, and that's okay. The intention is still getting it done.
Okay.
So now I drop off both kids at school. I make coffee, I get myself together, and then I breathe before my first call or my first client or before my first appointment of the day. If I don't have the ability to do that, I actually do block it off on my schedule as an event.
That's what I'm going to start
So,
doing.
just as you would send a client, just as you would send someone you're having a call with, just as I actually send myself an invite. And so it pops up on my calendar. Your next appointment is in 30 minutes. You need to breathe. And that's what my appointments say. So typically,
Oh,
I always try and make the time to breathe anytime before 3 p.m. If it's after 3 p.m., it's a lost cause. I'm
yeah.
very honest with it. Once I get to that point, I'm just no longer exists in a creativity capacity. So my biggest goal is before 3 p.m. So I believe we all have busy schedules. I know people have different lives and different ways of being throughout their day, but I think it's just having the ability to commit.
Yeah.
So just because I breathe every day doesn't mean that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
It's starting slow. If you set once a week that's your goal to breathe for now, once a week is amazing. You're
Yeah.
still going into breath. If that starts to feel really good and you're like, wow, every time I come out of breath, I feel amazing, add a day
Yeah.
and
That's
then so
that's
on and so
good.
forth.
That's great advice. I think that's actually I started out working out once a week. Then I was like, why am I only doing this once a week? And then I added a day and then I added a third day. And I think that's such a great way to integrate it. Thank you. That's real seriously, really
I'm in the process right now of creating, I have an entire breathwork library for my private clients, but I'm in the process of creating an entire library, literally called the Breath Library.
yeah.
And it's 4 minute sessions, 10-minute sessions, and 22-minute sessions. So if you're sitting there and you're saying, I literally do not have time today, I have times where, yes, I'm early, but if I go to my son's school and I know I have 15 minutes, I'll do a 4 minute mini and then go in and pick him up. So those 4 minutes and those 10 minutes really do come in handy because you're still practicing. You're still going into breath. You're still breathing into the pattern. You're still getting back into your body. And it makes you almost more excited for the times that you can do a full journey.
Yeah, this is really good advice. Okay. My last question before we start our session is how can parents involve their children in simple breathwork exercises?
Yeah.
Um, I could really use that advice because my kids, my older one is like, there's a lot of changes going on right now, and I love to incorporate some breathing exercises for him.
Yeah. I think it's like anything we do as parents, they mirror what you do. So my son will actually put a mask on and lay down and go, and obviously he's not doing breath work, but he thinks he
Yeah.
is. And we do practice taking big, deep breaths, or he'll watch me and say, okay, mommy's going to go breathe and I'm going to feel better after. So that way we can play. And so now he knows. This morning we went to the doctor and it was quite chaotic. And he said, Mommy, I think we need to breathe. I was like,
Oh,
you're right. Thank you for calling me out, sir.
how often do you
So
incorporate your kids in the breathing?
I don't often because they're at school now when I breathe. When he
Yeah.
was younger, I did. If you're looking to specifically have your child breathe with you, one, make sure that you're there.
Yeah.
Second thing I would say is have them do a two-part breath versus a three-part breath, which we'll go over once we go into our session.
Okay.
Just safety reasons. Their body doesn't need to go into a full experimental journey. They do not need to be in a hypnotic state. They do not need to lose, um, fully sink into a state where they're drifting off.
Yeah.
It might startle them a bit, to be honest.
Yeah.
As well as at that age, we don't really want them to pull things that are wrong. We want them to see the beauty in life and we
Right.
really want them to have that hope to move forward. So I would say the type of session for a child would be simply being grounded, maybe gratitude. Gratitude would be a
Yeah.
beautiful one to do.
Like that.
And you could simply have them breathe in and breathe out with their eyes closed and use simple cues. What are we grateful for today? How does that make you feel? What are you thinking right now?
I love that.
What do you want to wake up and tell your mom or your dad?
Yeah.
So, very simple moment of gratitude. You could also do peace. You could probably do joy, play around with happiness, just really any basic emotions that we're trying to teach them as they're growing.
Yeah.
Bring those to the forefront. And I would probably do nothing more than 10 minutes just so they could get a feel for it. And then they wake up and they love it and then they move forward on their day.
I love that. I'm going to do that this week.
Okay.
Okay, guys, this is what we've all been waiting for. Thank you, Lauren, for
You're
answering
welcome.
questions about breath work. I think everybody is really excited to do a little mini session with you today.
Love it. I'm excited for all of you.
Okay.
And the only thing I will need is, let me pull it up here. If you could just give me the powers to share my screen because I will have to share the audio.
Sure. I'm trying. How do I do that again? Hold on, let me
You would just make me host.
Host tools.
The three little dots in my actual Zoom box too. If you click, it says mute, and then there's those three little dots. If we click the three little dots, it'll
Yeah,
do
I
that.
hit the three little dots and then I hit, is it host tools?
Um,
Let me see.
I think ours will be different because you are host currently. Try host. Try host tools.
Okay, sorry guys, give me a sec. I actually haven't done that before. Isn't that funny? I
Okay.
haven't made somebody here.
And then while we're getting those powers, I would just love for everyone, I don't care what you look like, I don't care what your space looks like, I don't care where you are. But let's turn our cameras on just so I can see you while we're breathing. We did not sign liabilities, we did not sign waivers, and I would like to know that you're breathing in here with us while we're going through this. So again, very safe place. Does not matter what you look like. But let's get those cameras on in some sort of capacity. Even if your face isn't showing, at least let me see your belly.
I'm still trying to figure this out.
I think you did it. Oh no. Um,
What did you tell me what you did? You go to the three dots and then what?
So mine looks different than yours because I'm not the host, but usually
Oh,
if you click on my profile, like my
oh,
actual three
oh,
dots,
your profile. Oh,
yeah,
okay. Got it.
it'll say make host.
Oh, done. Easy, easy,
Beautiful.
easy. Okay.
I was like, mine doesn't look like yours, but I think
Yes.
that's where it
Sorry, I was
is.
looking at the bottom, not the
That's
top.
okay. That's perfect. We did it. I got it. Beautiful. We're connected and we're good. All right. So let's just start to get settled. If you have a place that you can lay down, I do recommend you laying down so you have the flow through your body. And we're just going to let everyone get comfy. As we're waiting for everyone, we can simply just start to take some cleansing breaths. Yeah, Evelyn, that's perfect. As long as I can see your belly. Yeah, perfect. Beautiful. Let's start with a few deep cleansing breaths, just in through our nose and just big release. One more deep inhale into our nose. We're just going to let it fall out. So, our pattern today is a 3-part breath. We're taking a big deep breath into our belly, into our heart, and out through our nose. And I'm going to go over that with you. Big inhale into our belly, pulling that same breath up to your heart. And on the exhale, breathe it out. Inhale, belly. Inhale, heart. And release. Our inhales are done through our nose, and the exhales through our mouth. You want to think of that first inhale, we're filling our belly, expanding it as big as we can get it, pulling that same breath up to your heart, and just breathing it out. Let it go. Let's do it together. Inhale, belly. Inhale, heart. And release. Full breath into your belly. Full breath into your heart. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, belly. Inhale, heart. And release. Beautiful. Keep that breath circular. Keep it consistent. No pauses, no breaks. Deeper into your belly. Deeper into your heart. Ladies, let's do this. Deep breath, belly. Deep breath, heart. Breathe it out. Deep breath into our belly. Deep breath into our heart. Let it all fall out. Just let it go. And in this first song, I want you to simply just breathe. Keep that breath circular and just find a flow in your body that feels good for you. Just releasing any tension, dropping your shoulders, relaxing your jaw, and just breathe through any distractions, any heaviness, any resistance. Inhale, belly. Inhale, heart. Breathe it out, ladies. Let it go. Beautiful lady. Stick with your breath for me. Just starting to trust your breath and allow it to be your guide. Inhale, belly. Inhale hard. Breathe it out. And I want you to allow yourself to play out the last few weeks, taking yourself back as far as you need, and just allow them to play out.
And the wind is talking. Yeah, for the very first time. Well, the melody that pulls you towards it, painting pictures of paradise, saying, rise up to the light in the
Allowing your body to feel into whatever needs to be felt without judgment. Any heaviness, any stress, any worry, step into it and breathe into it.
Keep your head up high. While you're trembling, that's when the magic happens. And the stars gather by your side. Saying, rise up to the light in the sky. Let the light lift your heart up. Burn your flame through the night.
I want you to ask yourself in this moment, how do you truly feel? What emotions have we been pulling away? What heaviness are we carrying within our body? This is your space. Pull those emotions forward and allow them to be seen and to be heard. How do you feel? I've got you, Geraldine. Breathe through it. I've got you. Ladies, you are so safe. Feel into whatever needs to be felt without judgment. Any obstacles, any frustrations, any disappointment, any fear, just allow yourself to breathe into it. Beautiful ladies, stick with me here. Deeper into your belly. Heart, release. And in our next song, I want you to start to do a body scan. Feeling into where in our body we are holding on to our emotions. Starting from the tip of your forehead down into your shoulders, back down into your tummy, into your hips, all the way to the tip of your toes. And just allow yourself to take a minute and scan your body. Pinpointing any heaviness, any emotions. Do these emotions have a color, a shape, a texture? Just allow yourself to visualize these emotions as a physical object. What do they look like? What are these emotions connected to? What is causing them? What beliefs are being formed? Using the power of your breath, bringing the physical object forward. Wrap your breath around it. Ladies, pull it up to your heart and visualize yourself letting it go. Big deep breath. Pull it up to your heart, into your neck, and breathe it out. Inhale, belly. Inhale, heart. Breathe it out. Ladies, let it go. Inhale, belly. Inhale, heart. Ladies, breathe it out. Starting to fill your body with a sense of relief. Feel a shift in energy. Feel the space that you have created. And I want you to visualize yourself, your life, from this day forward. Visualize it in as many details as possible. What do you want your future to look like? right here. Fill your body with even the slightest sense of peace. Feel the light. Feel the hope, the trust. Feel the joy. What does this future look like? What does it feel like, smell like, taste like? Fully embody this vision. Sense of relief, releasing any stagnant energy, any heaviness left in your body, and fully visualizing your future. Beautiful, ladies, entering into our last song here. Stick with your breath for me. Deeper into your belly, deeper into your heart. Just breathe it out. Allowing all the positive insights, visualizations, and messages from your vision to fill your entire being. And I want you to ask your subconscious, what do you need? What do you need in this moment to take care of yourself and shift your focus into a state of gratitude? Tuning into all that you are grateful for in this moment. Start to feel it. Simplicity of the bed that lies beneath you, the roof over your head, the clothes that you put on this morning, the ability to be here together in breath. Tune in to all that we are grateful for. from this state, I want you to ask your subconscious, how can you continue to support your community, your friends, your family, while still taking care of you? Well, ladies, go ahead and release your breath for me. Just keeping your eyes closed as we drop into our meditation. Just anchoring in the vision that you have created today. I want you to visualize a beautiful white light. Feel the warmth. As you allow this light to beam into your heart center, just let it expand. Let it flow through your body. Reminding yourself that this light symbolizes your power, your resilience, your compassion, forgiveness, trust. Just allowing this light to expand, to fill your entire space, throughout your home, into the streets, all the way to the highest point in the universe. Today, we take back that control as we write this next chapter from a place of love. You walk away today, I want you to remind yourself, I light every room that I walk into with love and with light. I am powerful beyond measures. And I am the creator of this beautiful life that I get to live. Beautiful, ladies. Just allowing yourself to bring that love, lightest bit of peace, forgiveness, compassion. Just bringing it back into your reality as we slowly start to wake up your body. Just bringing yourself back into the now. Wiggle out your hands. Slowly start to wiggle out your toes. Just moving your body in a way that feels good for you. Making your way back up. Just back up to a seated position. I would love for you to just throw in the chat box just one word. How are we feeling? How are you feeling in this moment? Happy and grateful. That's a little bit different than when we hopped on.
Yeah.
I would say a lot of different, a lot of bit different.
Yeah. That was really amazing for me to just do that because it just made me realize how important it is to prioritize breathing and just your mental health, essentially. And when you said, um, how can you support the community while still focusing on yourself? That was that made me really think for a minute. And I was like, what I'm doing right now. I'm, for those of you who don't know that are here, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Mama Soul. It's a 100% mineral moisturizing sunscreen. Britt, if you're logging off, just letting you know we're doing a little giveaway in a minute, but totally understand if you have to jump. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Mama Soul, and I've created this expert series every month, and I want to bring experts in different fields of wellness to the forefront. And just like today, where you can connect with people like Lauren, we've had people like dermatologists, clinical psychologists, psychics, all a sex therapist, so many different things. And part of Mama Soul is it smells like a subtle hint of lavender essential oil. So here are the products. We're going to do a little giveaway so somebody can win one of these. This is for face, body, and lip. They're all SPF 100% mineral. And the reason I included a subtle hint of lavender essential oil was to incorporate breath into using our product. So it's really aligned, Lauren, with what you do, because we want you to take a deep breath with each use. So with that being said, we want to do a little giveaway. I'm going to pick somebody to win a product from Mama Soul, and I'm going to let Lauren choose someone for a breathwork session. She's giving away a 60-minute breathwork session to somebody here. So thanks for staying on. I know that this was work. I mean, you have to put the time in and commit to it, and it's a schedule. So thank you for staying till the end, ladies. Geraldine, I'm going to let you pick a Mama Soul product. our face sunscreen, lip or body. So take a look at our website, and I have your email, and I will and I will be emailing you and you can pick whatever you want, face, body, or lip. And then Lauren.
Yeah, I mean, if Geraldine won the products, Britt, you have to win the session. We can't leave you hanging, girl. You're the only two here.
Yeah.
We can't. So, Britt, I will contact you if you. Yeah, absolutely. I was feeling all the feels, but so much more centered, and I'm glad I stuck to the breath even when I got hard. I'm proud of you for pushing through.
Yeah.
Yeah, send us your information, or if we already have it.
Yeah, we have
then,
everybody's information
okay.
that signed up. So I'm going to send out an email this week with a summary of everything that we talked about. Lauren, well, you can also chime it. You can send me
Yeah.
when you come out with your breathwork sessions that people can access. And then otherwise, I'll link the recording if anybody wants to do this breathwork session again. And otherwise, we can't wait to connect with you. Please follow us. I'm going to drop our Shop Mama Soul, our Instagram handle in, and Lauren, can you do the same thing? And then you guys can follow us and make sure to catch the next expert series. It's going to be with a animal communicator. And so it'll be really fun. And we have a lot more coming up. So thank you guys so much for being here, Lauren. That was phenomenal.
So glad you got to breathe. I know you don't take time for yourself outside of your facial stuff.
Yeah, this was really needed. Thank you
But
so
I'm so proud of you for doing it with us.
Thank you guys
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye, guys.
Absolutely. And Mary, how are you feeling? We can't leave you out.
I'm feeling great. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was
welcome.
amazing. I've never done hypno breathwork before. So
Amazing.
that was a treat.
I'm glad you were here.
Lauren, before you go, I might have missed this because I had to step out for a bit, but did you share about your 126 event?
I didn't. We have an event on Sunday,
Okay.
Geraldine. Maybe we could put that in the email since Geraldine is the only one left on today.
Oh, okay.
I would love to hear about that. That would be amazing. Thank you.
So we have an event on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's literally called the Community Kickoff. Originally, it was going to be some big, launch of the Breath Club, which is just a sector of my business that I was launching. But I decided to hold off on the launch party, and we're truly just coming together in community. It's free. It's 100% donation based. All of the proceeds are going to the LAFD Foundation, as well as 4 different families that have been affected by the Altadena fire. Mama Soul is donating a gift basket for a special mom who has been affected by the fires as well. And we're coming together, and Divinity, who is just beautiful soul. She's a former NBA dancer. She is a yoga teacher, sound healer. She is doing a yoga section of it. And then I'm going to follow by with a hypno breathwork session after that. Light bites, community, giveaways. It's going to be a good day. So that's Sunday at 10 a.m.
Okay. I'm there.
Yeah. So